My name is Kirsten. Today I will be talking to you about creative writing, and I'll be giving you a few tips when it comes to creative writing and improving your creative writing. And just if you are a beginner, it helps you to gain that starting point and to know where you want to begin and how to begin. So I've never done anything like this before, the whole making a video, giving tips, so just be patient with me. I did make notes just to be, I don't know if that's professional or unprofessional. Either way, we're going to be talking about creative writing. I'm a writer myself. I'm currently doing my honors in creative writing at the University of the Western Cape. I mostly write poetry and short stories as well. So yeah, we can talk about both today. So the first tip I would like to give is that less is more. I know it's a cliche saying, and I'm not one for cliches. I normally hate cliches, but I only learned this, a few years into my creative writing journey, because it is a journey after all. You go through all these different phases, and your writing changes so much over time, and you end up learning things you had no idea was important. So when I say less is more, what I mean is you don't have to clutter your creative writing. People have this idea that the more there is in a poem or a story, the more intriguing it is, and that's not the case. You want things that are straight to the point, that your reader can connect to and they can picture mentally, because that is what writing does. At the end of the day, it gives readers that mental picture. So yeah, less is more, guys. Do not clutter your work, do not clutter your poems. I know people have this idea that poems have to be like this whole long thing with all these different descriptions, but less is more. Okay, connecting to that, right, is adjectives. So adjectives are important because, like I said, we write so that our readers can get this mental image of what we are putting out for them, what we are putting on the page for them to connect to and to see. So with adjectives, the role is to help create that world that we are doing for the readers and for ourselves. You need to be accurate with your adjectives. You need to know what you want your reader to say, and you can do this by knowing what adjectives you want to put in and connecting with the adjectives. It can be a very frustrating process because all writing is a frustrating process overall. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but the thing is, you have to keep going back and rereading your work and looking at those adjectives and thinking, oh, maybe this one doesn't fit in, maybe a different one would fit in better. So yeah. And the next thing I'm going to say stems from adjectives as well. It's using your adjectives accurately, which is what I just explained. You need to know what you want to say, and you need to know what word is going to work the best for what you want to say to come onto the page and to come alive in your your reader's mind and all those things. So yeah, and then this, guys, I cannot stress this enough. Do not be abstract. I know people have these ideas that creative writing and poetry and short stories have to be like this whole confusing, like ambivalent thing. It's not the case. Because of really famous poets like Shakespeare, people have this idea that poems have to be just confusing. But what we don't understand is that when Shakespeare was writing those pieces, his intention was to be, straight to the point, upfront, and the people in his time read his work as being that, like they understood it from the get-go. We obviously won't, because it's a different time. So you need to keep in mind that you need to be straight to the point. If you wanna talk about your mother's, I don't know, favorite red top, you can literally start the poem by saying my mother's favorite red top. You don't have to, be abstract and just be crazy. It's not necessary. Readers, well, in order to write, you must read, right? This is also what you need to remember. Your writing will get better the more you read. So you need to always, be reading poems, you're reading books, short stories, just always connecting to other writers. And when we are abstract in our writing, it kind of, the reader disconnects, because the reader's like, I don't understand this, I'm not going to bother, because nobody wants to be sitting with a poem or a short story and like wondering the whole time, what does this mean? That's not the case. You need to be straight to the point, be clear. Honestly, guys, this is the best thing that you could do. Right. And then flesh out your characters. By this, I mean, give your characters life. Give them names, give them a style, give them a certain tone of voice, give them a scent, describe them. Make them real, guys, because this helps to create that world. It helps your readers to get into that world, to picture that world. It just makes everything better. And honestly, it's one of the most fun. I study English and I don't even know what the correct term is. It's the most enjoyable part. I'll say that. It's the most enjoyable part. Just creating this world and adding these details to characters, and not just characters, but like objects in your poems and in your stories. That again connects to the adjectives. Guys, adjectives are so important. I can't stress this enough. Adjectives, adverbs, all those things. But yeah, flesh out your characters. Just give them life. They deserve that. You have to do your characters justice. And the way you can do them justice is to, allow them to live. When you write a story or you write a poem, I always tell people it's not coming from you. It's coming from somebody else out in the universe, whether it's this universe or another universe, but it's somebody else that wants their story and needs their story to be told, and it is your job to tell that story. And the best way you can do that is by giving life to your characters and to your stories. Right. The last point I'm going to give is something that I learned recently. Well, I feel like I always knew it, but I think lately I just connected with it more. It's been my kind of... So, obviously I've been on this writing journey for a while, but right now I'm at the point where this is, the main part in my journey for now. So, what I'm going to talk about is, being... I'm trying to think of a right phrase. I call it being weird, connecting with that weird part in yourself, allowing yourself to write weirdly, just like being crazy, being creative. That is, at the end of the day, being crazy and being, weird to a certain extent. Yeah, and by this I mean, okay, the best way for me to explain this is to refer to another poet. He unfortunately is no longer with us. He fought a battle against cancer for about a year and he passed away in 2016. His name is Max Redvo. He's currently one of my favorite poets. I've just been enjoying his work, just indulging in it. My favorite poem by him so far that I've read is called Poem to My Litter. He's writing about, his journey fighting cancer, like his journey from life to death, basically. It's quite a long poem, so I'm only gonna read the first 3 stanzas to you guys, because I don't want to act like this is a poetry reading, because I might get carried away into that. So yeah, this is Poem to My Litter by Max Redvo. My genes are in mice, and not in the banal way that man's old genes are in the beasts. My doctors split my tumors up and scattered them into the bones of 12 mice. We give the mice poisons. I might, in the future, one for myself. We watch each mouse like a crystal ball. I wish it was perfect, but sometimes the death we see doesn't happen. Okay, I got cut off there, midway through. Sorry about that. But basically, by reading this poem, what I want to get through to you guys is that it's okay to go, in a different direction with your writing. It's okay to be weird, like he's describing his illness as being mice in his body. And, that gives readers a vivid picture, and it kind of gives you an idea of how you felt, like having mice in your body. It's just, uncomfortable. It would be uncomfortable, I'm imagining. So, being weird and going crazy, describing things in a different way. So yeah, guys, be weird, be crazy, but be accurate. I think that's a basic summary of what I've been speaking about. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I hope that, you guys all start your journey, if you haven't started already, your creative writing journey, and you just explore, all these places inside of yourself and tell all these stories that want to be told. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you. Bye.